Tech get started?
So its origin starts actually all the way back in 1983 when I graduated from high school, and my brother gave me a Commodore VIC-20 computer as a graduation present. I had gotten exposed to a Texas Instrument TI-99 4A computer in the last year of high school in my drafting class, and was enamored by it. And so I got the VIC-20, and it was just all she wrote at that point. So I had to go to college, wasn't sure what I was going to major in, and decided that I would do computer science to begin with and then figure out what I was going to do later on. Immediately got a reputation in the community as being the guy that knew something about computers, and so as they started to go into businesses, people were, I'm 18 years old and people are coming to me and asking me advice, and I'm writing some software and things like that. And then your grandfather hired me to work at his business, which I'd worked on and off in, but I moved into the office and helped get a device called a spectrometer, which is a device that would analyze metal contents and tell you what it's made of. But it was ran by an Apple IIe computer, and then he got an IBM PC for keeping up with the accounting. And so that's really where the heart of everything kind of begins with me. I took programming in college, graduated from college, needed a job, started working in reselling computers, and then 10 years or so after that, in '93, I started Blough Tech.
Okay, so where did that name come from, Blough Tech?
So funny story, Blough Tech itself comes from, there's two reasons for that. One's not very funny. I worked at another IT company in Thomasville for 4 years and was fairly well known in Thomasville and Cairo and throughout the area for what I had done. And so I thought if I'm going to start a company, probably would want to have my name associated with it, not from an ego standpoint, but just so that people would immediately say, oh, that must be Paul's company, and they would think that they could that they would want to work with us. And so that's why the Blough got part into it. Now the tech piece of it, I'd like to say that it's because I was very forward thinking, and I knew that we wouldn't necessarily always just do computers or just do one thing, and I'm trying to keep it very broad. But to be absolutely honest with you, it comes from Batman, because Batman had Wayne Tech, and as soon as I decided I was going to call it Blough something, I just thought Blough Tech, and then maybe one day I could, be Batman.
So how did you make the leap from just being everybody's kind of go-to computer guy to I'm actually going to commit to this and I'm going to open a company?
Right, so I was working in Moultrie at an IT company as their network administrator, and we started the business because there was an opportunity, a very short opportunity, to help people file taxes quickly using computers. And so your mom was looking to make some extra money, and one of my friends had told me about this opportunity, and so that's kind of how it started. And then your grandfather, he had retired for maybe the 12th time or something like that, and he was looking to do something else, and so we set that business up. And about, a tax business only runs about 3 months, and it's kind of over with for the rest of the year. And so as it started winding down, I was at work, and your grandfather called me, which was unusual for him to call me at work, and he says, Paul, do you still remember where to get computers from? And I'm like, that's a really weird question, but I said, yeah, I know where to get computers from. Why? He says, well, I think you may have just sold 3 computers. Now, we were not in the computer business yet. I mean, that probably was a strategy for sure that we had had a conversation about, but as far as like committing to doing it, I was still working full time as an IT manager, was pretty happy with my job, and was really not looking to do anything full time, was just kind of looking to do something part time. But somebody saw my name, associated it like I thought would happen with the fact that it had to be something to do with computers, and so I had asked your grandfather, is this Paul's business? And he said yes. Does he sell computers? Without missing a beat, your grandfather said absolutely. Never had talked with me about it, never done any of that, and so that's how we got involved. So then I went to that customer, talked with them after I got back from work, and sold 3 computers to them, figured out where to get them from, and that's really the origin of how we got into the computer business. We don't even do taxes any longer, haven't done it in many, many years. That kind of phased out, but that was what allowed us to catapult forward into where we are today.